if I could pick a spot in the city to buy real estate as an investment, basically betting that a place is going to get more popular, I think I'd pick Verdun. Probably pick Verdun. I just think it's cool. Check here. Can make a lot every week on the container ships. Might need to start playing part-time poker. You can make a lot of the container ships. I mean, yeah, you might have some extra disposable income to play a little poker on the side, dude. But you're probably going to do better on the containers, I would guess. That's nice, man. I'm glad to hear it. It's solid you got a hookup like that. Good, man. Hey, Jamie, hope all is well, my guy. Sandman Minion. Sorry things have been running well lately, but I hope it turns around soon. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's just been a little bit of a lull, but it's okay. You know, been through it before for sure. I mentioned, like, here's the thing. If you're a new poker streamer, what's the most important aspect of your success is networking within the community. And I don't mean that in a slimy way of just like figure out how you can, you know, get other streamers to talk about you. I don't mean it like that. I mean like there is a lot of people playing poker and streaming poker in the world. And a lot of them have been known for several years as we get going again in the 44. Get it twisted. You're out of perspective on this. We're a better squad than that. We're not getting fifth. Take fifth out of your mouth. We're not getting fifth. It's not happening. We have bricked and our bluff is not going to work. We block the hands we want them to fold. It'll definitely make your poker game better. You'll definitely improve with it. And I think you'll love it. That's my sell. It's also what I believe, though. You know, like if poker's not that important to you, well, then don't get it. But like if you really like poker and you want to get better, you're just going to like it. Enjoy it, man. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I don't know, dude. It's really hard to pick a favorite, you know? It's just the whole team together is great. Yeah, and there's a lot of new faces over the last 3 years too. A ton. So yeah, I think that answered all your questions. On it, but let's see. We're still heads up here. So again, I don't have a ton of context. I would probably say Messi in that some of the clips and the montages I've seen of his ability seem really amazing. So probably him. But I mean, like I'm a Tottenham fan, so Harry Kane is a legend. Whistle, 25 seconds, someone's going to score in basketball. Hockey, super fast pace. So it's just different. It's a bit of an acquired taste, but it's a vibe, man. I love it. It's awesome. It's awesome to support. Do we jam or do we raise call or what do we do here? 17 blinds. Damn, I really don't know what to do with fives here, actually. Probably jam is good. When there's a bounty on our head, I think that it can probably only help us in the spot, and that our profitability with fives does not depend on fold equity, I don't think. When we just normally shove it as we hit a five, let's go. In this spot is in a bounty, we're going to get called by more hands, right? So we're going to get it through less often, but the hands we get called by, they were already calling with better hands, you know? Like maybe they call with like sixes, whereas typically they would only call with sevens, you know? So there might be one extra pair we're beat by, but then we're called by more, like just two Broadways where we have 57% and they have 43%, you know? Or maybe, you know, maybe it's like we have 53 and they have 47, where we just have this thin edge. More of those hands call, which is fine for us, right? It's obviously okay. So that's why I went for the shove with fives. I feel like in a non-bounty, we more min-raise. Probably just min-raise that hand. But it's an interesting one. It's definitely kind of complex. All in, ace-9 against queens for a 168 bounty. Need to dodge the deuce and the ace. Let's go. That's a sick comeback, man. We suck out with the pair, and then we win it all in ahead where we've turned almost on the ropes to now 244 in bounties and a grade stack. Day 2 of this tournament is today as well, the 320. So let's see. Let's see if we can get there, get it done. But I think my mindset right now is patience in that we've got some grind to go still. Call for 14,000. The min raise here, ace, king, 6. We have a gutter. Just thinking about whether we continue against this c-bet. We do have a lot of hands that can continue. It's a cheap price, though. I think we'll call. But it seems close to me, right? Like queen 10, queen jack, and jack 10, I'm not sure. With the backdoor flush draw, I think obviously they continue. Without it, I'm not sure, right? Like we continue with pairs. We probably want to continue with queen 10 over a hand like sevens, I think. Easy fold to the turn barrel, though. Interesting, right? Bounty and play in the big blind. 8.5 blinds deep. And we've got an ace-8 hand, which is not very playable post-flop, but definitely a hand that wants to play against this bounty. So we need to play this aggressively. Hey, D. Johners, dropping the 10-month resub. Welcome back to the team, DeJohners. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate that. Hearts out in chat, you guys, for DeJohners. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thomas Hubert, good player, is probably going to raise here. Is going to rate, like not probably, but their opening range is going to be sufficient based on this bounty. But it folds to us, so we get to jam. Good luck. Call against 9-10. Come on, dude. For a bounty. For a bounty, hold it clean. Keep it low. Let's go. All right, another $112 bounty coming our way. Are we Salmon Felt? I think we are. We are Salmon Felt official, chat. Which means we're up money in the tournaments, even though we're not in the money of the tournament yet. Love a bit of salmon, personally. Salmon Felt. Great. That's good. We like that. So we check with the kings. We're on 640 now. And fold. 12 make it through. We have 640K. That's 6.5 start stacks. Definitely an in the money stack, right? But with the bounties and stuff, like we want to just keep collecting bounties, keep collecting chips. So stay aggressive. Queens. Juan Carlos unfortunately has us covered here. So there's no bounty in play. But let's 3-bet anyways. And hopefully cooler jacks would be great. Okay. Cooler jacks would be great. Come on, chat. Holy smokes, 1.2 million. That's sick. We have 12 starting stacks in this 320 now. That's really just a massive pot. And a sick cooler. It's an incredible cooler. Now, probably 2 bounties in play this hand, right? So really important we pay attention here. And they all fold, which is big mistakes, right? Like, there just isn't hands where you can fold all these. Queen. 3. Side pot. Okay, I think we win. Oh, no. They win the bounty? Dang it, man. All right. That's so sick they get the bounty, but it's okay. Listen, we're not entitled to anything here. It's just a little painful. Jam, 11 blinds deep and 6 blinds deep, both with bounties on their heads. Not to mention we're 5 off day 2 in the money here, so it is the money bubble-ish, soft money bubble. But even without it, it's still a jam here, without any bubble effects. Not going to be jamming often with this stack, although Jack 9 suited, I think, is an exception to that, in that we really don't mind jamming like Queen Jack for even 17 blinds here. Thomas Hubert goes for the open. 3-bet. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. We raise with the 9s, and this is a great hand. $131 bounty in play. Not going to be folding, even if it gets a rejam. If both players rejam, then probably you can fold. You know, if it goes shove, shove. Other than that, we're in there, even if Thomas goes for the ISO jam here. Can say, this was the disaster cooler in the heads up other match. We had the ace-8, so I guess vengeance. There you go. What goes around comes around, chat. Sometimes you run cold, sometimes you run very hot. And we're running hot in the biggest buy-in so far of the day. 488 in bounties. And 2 off the day 2 stack. Day 2 starts in an hour and a half from now. But this stack is worth a lot of money, to be honest. 1.5 million. I mean, this is a really big stack. It's not worth like, 15x the buy-in, but it might be worth like 9x the buy-in, which is about $2,800, something like that. So we've built up a lot of value here. We just have, which is great. It's a good feeling. I think some bet, some check. I'm gonna go for a bet here. I made the 109 Grand Prix day 2, and then hopefully this 320 as well. It's pretty likely we'll make day 2 of this 320 We are chip lead of the flight, and 2 need to bust. So we should have both day 2s in 90 minutes. I think there's a 33 as well, though, which I didn't play. Day 2 of that is also in 2 hours. Could play the 33, try and make the trifecta of day 2s. It's an option. Jam. Again, bounty in play on the bubble of the money as well. I think it's a clear jam with queen deuce. Call by king 4. We need a 3 or a queen. That'll do it. We will take that bounty. Come on, chat. Let's go. Our 3-bet with ace 8 gets through. We are now up to 563 in bounties. And on the pure bubble as well. I think raise fold is fine with his hands. We are hand for hand. Chip lead in the next flight is 1.7 million. So we are basically tied for the chip lead in the total flight right now, with 84 left. And first place will be maybe 26K. So that's a lot. This is a lot of chips. Been enjoying your content for years. You, Maddie, Kevin, Tonka, Sprague, etc. have all taught me so much about tournament poker, especially in bounty tourneys. Cheers, Dow. Cheers, man. I'm glad you've enjoyed it, man. It's a special community here on Twitch, I think. You know, it's really a little. It's just a nice corner of the internet, I think. Anyways, how did the one to your left win the entire pot? I think they had the other short stack covered. So it probably showed 16K, but then it wasn't including the blinds. So yeah, still in the bubble. 7-10 suited, I think raise on the button is a good idea again here. Jam is an option as well, with a 243, 281 bounty on the pure bubble of the tournaments. Four starting stacks. I think I'm going to jam. It's an aggressive jam, obviously. It's for a lot of chips. But I think if you put this into a solver, with the size of their bounties, which the starting bounty is 75 here, and the bubble pressure, I think like we probably need maybe 8 or 9% less equity than we normally do to shove here, which I think is going to include a hand like 7-10 suited. That's my thinking. Nice. Nice to take that down. I'm going to do the same thing with threes here in the 44 Magnum. Raise fold this one. I think it's fine. Queen 3 suited. Into 10s here. It's one of the shorter stacks, not one of the deeper ones, so that's okay. This is about 10 blind stack. Okay. And we get that through. Beautiful. Back to a chip lead stack on day 2 if we take this stack through. But it's not over till it's over. Call and check fold, I think is all right. Please tell me we just won the pot. Please. Oh, man. I think we have to call. I think we have to call. That's so annoying, though. Let's go, dude. 1.9 million. Love it. Cookie S Craft. It would be so nice to win this tournament today. It would be an art score, you know? Bounty gone, which means I think we've made the money here. I think we've had a bust out. Yeah. Now we're in the money here. Chip leading. We got Matty Ice on our table. But we are chip leader right now. Oh, I have table 1 covered up. There we go. Matty Ice. Call in 3-bet. I think 3-bet's a little better here. So we're going to go for it. $1.9 million. I'm in on this one, though. We raise. Okay, so 319 plus 563 in bounties. 863, 880. Okay, 880 or so. Good. Kraylon, what's up, Kraylon? How are you, man? Thanks for the 9-month resub. Welcome back to the team. Our resident crypto legend. Is that fair? is that fair as a title, Kraylon? So it's gonna be around 30,000 here. Could be as little as 25,000 if we don't do well in bounties. It could be as high as like 35, 38,000 even. So something in there. With 108 left, pretty good spot. Well, if you decide to get serious about it and need help, reach out. We met a few years back, maybe 5 at TwitchCon after your panel with Tonka. Odds are I could help. So lost today. Amazing, dude. We met at TwitchCon, hey? After your panel with Tonka and odds are I could help. When we were having drinks after having dinner with Doug Polk that night, maybe? I think in San Diego. So lost today. Yeah, man, I'm brainstorming. I'm thinking I'm gonna do something. I gotta figure out what exactly the something is and you know how it's all gonna look. $10-8. Average stack is 689. So basically, we'll have average stack when there's about 37 people left or so with 2 million. Just for context as to where we kind of sit. 10-8 is going to be a fold here. Hope you're well. Il Valkyrie. Yeah, things are good. How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome. This is an okay flop. We have a backdoor nut flush draw. We have third pair, which might be the best hand, but it's not a spot where we want to inflate the size of the pot here. This should hit the small blind pretty hard, right? Like the sort of hands that call in the small blind connect with this often. So we might have the best hand, but I'd say it's not likely right now. Cool UI under your can. Thanks, Ghosty. Thank you. Glad you dig it. It's really annoying with a player in the middle here. Probably forced to call one. Great river. Cuts down to the combos of better hands from our opponents. I think this is a call on the river. Check, check. And I think we have lost. Wow. Sick. I would have definitely called a bet. Damn. Okay. It's fine. the heck to do with this? Operating as the middleman to essentially exchange the attention for profit. So, you know, YouTube, for example, there's a big benefit of creating regular, consistent YouTube content, you know, like the people that release a video a day crush on YouTube. And there is the example of people creating really high quality but limited videos, like Mr. Beast, for example, but it's so much harder, and that you need to make literally the best content in the world for that stuff to do well. Whereas you can make average quality stuff that's just coming out all the time and be successful. So I think it's true in poker, you know, like if you have a small edge, but you play 5 times more than someone that has a huge edge, you're going to make more money. So it's a good idea to work hard, but it's not particularly inspiring at a certain point, you know, in that freedom of time is really nice. And I kind of resent that it works that way on social media, because it's like, makes everything a commodity. It forces creators to focus on the feasibility of what they're doing, on the sustainability of what they're doing, right? It focuses them on the wrong things, which is the quality of the content. It focuses them on any of that makes sense? I don't know if any of you care, but anyways. Yeah, table 1 and table 2 are day 2s. Ooh, this is close. Going to fold. Seems close. We got Brazilian player on the button in the small blind. This is a good example of a country read, which is a very loose read. You know, there's nits in Brazil as well. But on average, I feel like the Brazilian VPIP is 1% higher. Why? I don't know. Culturally, like, they just seem to play more hands. And there's probably all sorts of like learning resources within the country and within the communities that have contributed to that, and maybe even cultural differences where like my ignorant perception of Brazil is very passionate, right? My interaction with Brazilian people have been full of passion and love, you know? And so does that correlate to being involved more in poker pots? I don't know. But it seems to have like about a 1% difference on the VPIP, you know? But it's like when you grow up in a small town and you can secure a house for $300,000 and you make $55,000 a year and you've got your house and you're on the track to get it paid off. Like in some circles, there is nothing else to spend your money on except for a nice car. Like that's the most important socially viable thing in the world, you know? It's like having a nice car is the whole point of operating in some circles of North America. It's like, it's everything. It's super important. It's like, it's the biggest deal. So I get it now. It's not what I value about the world, but for some people they do, and they're not wrong. And I should have just really been smarter in the past to understand that these are just all social games, you know? They're just all social discussions about what is important about living. And as someone completely lost about what it is that I do value and or should value about being alive, I was just so arrogant in the past that the ones that I didn't value were wrong, you know? They're just different. And they're there for different reasons. So, long story short, I don't even know how the hell we got on this conversation, bro. I don't know how we got there. As my viewership just tumbles to the ground as I get caught on a rant. Anyways, 2 million chips here. We have queens. One of the best hands in poker. It's a great hand. Gustavo goes to the raise. I think 3 bets. 112. I think everything changes once someone has enough money / security to live comfortably. The priorities change. I think it happens with everyone as we get older. I've felt that for sure. I felt that 100%. We're on the bubble here, by the way. The lineup here is not great for fives. Check at the flop. Turn 3. It really depends on sizing here. And I'm not happy with either of it. If they bet small, I think they're really pair weighted. And if they bet big, they also have pairs, but then they also have bluffs. Like, ugh, I hate this. I think we call getting 4-1 though. You know, like we need to be good 1 at 5 times here. We do have 2 outs to improve to a strong hand. We can get a lot of value. Sometimes they give up on the river. I think we call, and then hopefully they were just blocking with a deuce or well, not a deuce, a 3. Let's hope. Let's go, man. The block with a 3. Thank you, Sam. That's very kind. I mean, some regular people need to have a car in order to get regular jobs. The context of that car conversation, by the way, Marsh and Mike, is that I've always had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder and that I come from Southern Alberta, okay? I have been a contrarian to the Southern Alberta culture, essentially, which is kind of is a big deal to certain people. I was being judgmental about caring about those people's opinions and or seeking the validation of those people, right? I was being arrogant in that sense. But it was not a discussion about the actual utility of needing a car to get to work. That, of course, is completely and utterly reasonable, you know? And like not... There's never been ridiculous. It's like high status symbol cars was what the discussion was about, basically. But anyways... I would never, like, I don't think I've ever been in the position that it's stupid to have a vehicle to be able to get you to point A to point B. It just saves time. And like my first car, I think cost my parents like $2,000 to buy. And then I bought a car for myself. It was $4,500. It was a Jeep. Those are the only 2 cars I've ever owned before, but they were like not new, not nice cars. They were old beaters, you know, they'd have to go to the shop like once every 2 months, but I definitely needed one to get around. For sure. I don't need one in Montreal right now, but if I golf more, I will need one. And I will get one. Matty Ice on the 820. We open, get called to 2 spots. 8 deuce 3. I don't actually hate a bet here. Reason being, our opponent doesn't have 8 deuce or 8-3 offsuit or deuce 3 offsuit. So remove those 2 pair combos from their range. In which case, we're less worried about monster hands from them. They can still have decent hands. They have like every suited 8 in the deck. Probably. I don't know if they have 8 deuce or 8-3 suited, to be honest, but probably they do. So they have some hands that can continue, but for that reason, I don't mind continuing 3 ways. Call. 206 bounty in play. 8s against ace deuce. Please win. It's a big pot. It's a big pot, chat. Oh. Yo, Dejersland. Hey, I did not want to play today, but saw you in the Magnum. Now I'm on the final table. Thank you for the inspiration. Let's go. Good luck at the FT, man. Good luck with it. Call with ace jack in position. 9-6 deuce with 2 diamonds. Small bet here. Check. With the 4-5 of hearts. So with the check on the flop. Check. And call again with the pair, but the picked up flush draw. It's a nice part of this, obviously. Question is, do we want to bluff here on the end? They overbet. Makes it a fold, I think. I mean, there's some bluffs that they can have, right? Miss hearts, miss straight draws and stuff, but we have the hearts, so I don't think we want to... we're on the same table. I think check back is okay. I don't think we're 100% bet frequency here, but we probably bet often. We have every ace, every suited king, most offsuit kings. Kings and twos with an ace kicker. Call the river, I think. Seems to make sense to me. Once we check to the ends and chop it up. Okay. In an unexamined life that wants to be examined, you know? So ignorance is bliss, but I think a thoroughly examined life and coming to terms with the futility of it all. I think people can return to like simple pleasures. I would call a status symbol such as a car a simple pleasure, you know? If it can make you feel good about yourself and feel good about working hard in life, that is a great thing, you know? And so I don't view not valuing consumerist stuff as better. I really don't. I don't think it is more advanced in any way. It's just a different way of viewing things. I think you can be rational and care about consumerist culture. I do. That makes sense to me. It's not how I think about it. It's definitely not the norm, but it's possible. And like, you know, I play different consumerist games. I play consumerist games with my time, in that I want the freedom to be able to choose what to do with my own time. And then also I want to live in a big city when I don't have to, you know, like I spend a premium on the actual utility of my quality of living in a big city because I want to live in a big city because I like being around other people. But so I think it's possible, Muggy, you know, but I think like the likelihood of really being into economic and consumer stuff while really examining philosophy and the why of what you're doing, it becomes less likely, I think, you know? And that it seems to me there's a lot of people out there that aren't really interested in why they care about what they care about or why they're doing what they're doing. They're just going to do what they do. Like there's no sort of concern over the why whatsoever. And that's not better or worse. It's just different. Like I really care about the why, and I don't know why I care about the why, but I do. Yeah, I don't know. There's like an unaware participant in that social status game of like having a nice car. The unaware of playing the game as to why you're doing it, and then there's the aware playing the game. I'm gonna have a bit of lunch here, so I'm gonna take off the camera for like 10 minutes, and I'll be right back, okay? Enjoy. I'm gonna turn up the music a bit, and BRB. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thanks for hanging out while I had a bit of lunch. Grinding on in the 320 here. 7 to 57 on 2.4 million, which is good. Also in the money of the 55 Gladiator, down to 66, and on a short stack of the 109 Super. Those are the three tables left in action here. Entering hour 6 of the grind. Let's get it. We're flopping well here. The thing against Yen in that ace-queen pot is I kind of regret betting. I think I should check call the turn, to be honest. I think I'd make a mistake with ace-queen there, but it was still a good hand. I mean, it's still going to be profitable to shove. I just think that we have a really good candidate of a hand that is really not vulnerable that can check, so that when we check, we don't always have give-ups, you know? It's like a perfect check call hand. It's not a disaster when it goes check-check, because it's like you have a hand that can value at the river and is going to contend on most rivers, so yeah. On the edge, I like a fold here. 3 reshove stacks behind. Matt, I'm sorry that you didn't get second place today in the 320. I'm really feeling bad about that. I appreciate the raid, though, and welcome everyone tuning in. 92-month resub coming in from the Matty Ice, the Tier 3 Barry G. We've given Twitch so much money between the two of us, Matt. It's crazy. Thank you very much for the 92 months. Welcome back to the team, Matty. Thanks for the raid. If anyone on my channel hasn't checked up on brother Matt, make sure you do. 55 left here. 7th place, 2.4 million. Average stack is 1.3. Okay. Okay. Fold to do 7 suited. We raise with the King 10. It's a fine hand. It's okay. It's not like winning any records, but it's decent. Not a hand that can call in all in shove, and not a hand that can contend against 3 bets is the point. But we flop super well. King 6-5 in the flop. Both ranges are very wide. I think this is a spot where I bet and they check raise often. They check raise a lot here. So that is exciting because we have top pair. So we want them to check raise a lot. They call. Turns a 3. Bet. Moving up nicely. Is today art bound? I really hope so, man. Top 3 would be art. Maybe top 4, but definitely top 3. So let's see. So our bet gets through. That's sad. That's lame. We didn't want that. Fold to 4-3. PGD, we back. Oh, it's a mirror. Okay, now. Hey now, PGD. Thought you were hyping me up like that. 8-9 is going to take it down. Gustavo, 1.1 million. Gustavo's got the best bounty for sure. 473. That's a nice one. I wouldn't mind that. 473 bucks cash money in the pocket. Ace 3, ace queen. Ace queen takes it. $50 left. That's it. Just 50 players left in the tournament. I think queen 5 is not good enough three ways. If we're heads up, we'll call that min raise, right? And play post flop. But three ways, our offsuit hands really go down in value quite a bit. So, yeah, we'll just fold. Ace 7's a fold. This is a fun hand. This is the hand the dreams are made of, dude. The ace 5 suited, because you just get to blast off with it. Not all the time, but like, you know, we're in a high stakes tournament against some regs. You know, there's always going to be a 4-bet. The question is it a 4-bet less than all in or a jam? But it's just a call pre-flop, ace queen deuce on the flop. We're going to bet. I feel like we do check very occasionally with an ace, but not this time. Pick it a call 9 on the turn and bet again. I'm going to go for a big bet because I think 3 streets is too much. So I'm going to go for a really polarized bet size here. Just because I don't think we can 3-barrel, so I'm going to go for a bit bigger of a sizing. And make sure I get my value over 2 streets, you know? Try and look really bluffy. Good 3-bet spot again here. This bounty in play, if they fold, Ali's going to be left with a, or Alf is going to be left with a wider than regular opening range. Now our 3-betting range is wider too, but it depends how Alf gives us credit. You know, do they think that we're 3-betting really wide? And this is great in that when we get a call here, our range is uncapped. So we still have aces, kings, queens, jacks. We have ace king. We have all these hands that it's going to be difficult for Alf to contend with. We flop top pair. So now I think we want to play our hands on the quick side of things. 600,000 in the middle. I think we want to bet something like this so that we can shove the turn when it is good. Let's go. Let's go, chat. 187 bounty coming our way. We love that. What do we got now? 750 in bounties, 469 in the prize pool. We've got a profitable day, guaranteed, locked up, on its way. But can we win the tournament? We're 3 of 48. Yawning a lot, making me yawn too. Still have work in 3 hours. Yeah, sorry, man. It's just a mid-afternoon slump. After I have lunch, like I'm pretty useless from like 2:45 to 5 o'clock. I'm pretty useless generally. It's just like my worst time of day by a mile. So, and we've already streamed 6 hours, which is more than I've been doing for a while. So, just feeling it a bit today, you know. I'm going to check raise. This is a weird hand in that, like, Jack 5 deuce means that Max Rothko has sets of 5s and 2s, but, like, has a lot of not strong hands, whereas we have these overpairs in our range. Aces, kings, queens. We also have 10s, by the way. So when it goes check, check, and then we check the turn and they bet, I feel like I'm just going to bluff with my ace 8. Just bust the $11 Grand Prix King Jack for 7-4 board. King 7-4 Jack as Chevy calls river 4. No. That's really sick, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. What kind of music is this? This is a playlist called Chilled Electronic on Soundtrack by Twitch. Why don't we get a little safe in Germany on Party Poker? Probably your federal laws when it comes to poker. In that there's like, we don't want to there's no reason for Party Poker to not want to give you cash back, right? Or rake back. It's just some countries have different rules, but it's also the interpretation of the rules, right? Like perhaps Party Poker has interpreted the rules more aggressively than PokerStars has, where you have cash back. I don't know what the deal is, but nonetheless, like we don't want to withhold money from Germany for an arbitrary reason, you know? It's just legal stuff. A flush. Cannot call. Even with the bounty, which is a nice bounty, our hand is just not good enough, unfortunately. It's just not, chat. I don't know what you want from me. It's just not good enough, man. This hand is good enough. I think call is better. We're at a really awkward stack to get it all in for 60 blinds. Whereas if we call here... If Michael squeezes, we can definitely call the resqueeze, you know? And it might be coming in here. Let's see. Let us see, man. This is looking promising. No. Okay. We flop a underpair to the board. Fine. Check call. See the turn. Very small bet here on the flop. Which I think is advantageous because it just gives us more chances to see turns, honestly, when the pot is so small. We probably get to peel turn a little bit more often. Just kind of good with this hand where it's like we hate folding on the turn. We do see quite a big bet, but I think we should call again. And then make a tough decision on the river, right? Tough decision on the river. Because there's diamond draws and club draws and a few straight draws that have missed. And if they bet, they're saying they have ace queen. They're saying they have king queen, aces kings, fives full. And they're saying they don't have king high diamonds. They don't have king high clubs. They don't have jack 10 of clubs or diamonds. So it goes check, check. Glad they didn't put us in the spot because it would have been quite difficult. And I don't know what I would have done, to be honest. Turn, I think, is the... I mean, turn is tough there. But if we determine we have to call turn, I think think river becomes not an auto fold because of that run out, you know? You know what I'm saying, chat? Hey, sub hype coming in. It's Beastie Killer 26 dropping the 19-month resub. Thank you, Beastie Killer. Appreciate it so much, man. Hearts in the chat, you guys, for the resubscription. Thank you. Whoa. Jamie, quick one. If I want a satellite, does the ticket ever expire? Usually. Yeah, on Party Poker, our tickets expire. I don't know about other sites. You can always check with the support in the bottom right-hand corner. Yeah. Full to 7-4. Party 109s are so unincentivizing to play. Look at the 109, 30K, 437 runners today. Top prize, 2.8K plus bounties. Gone too far in the flat payout structures. I don't think our payout structures are more flat than other sites, you know? In that I played a bounty today with the min cash. With the bounty, it was like 108 plus the bounty. So I don't think we're paying a higher percentage than other sites. I think just bounties look smaller because the bounties aren't displayed in the prize pool. For the King 5, Moga 2. Good luck on your grind this evening, afternoon. How hot is it out there right now? It says heat wave is on right now, 28. 28, but it feels like... Oh, it only feels like 31. Humidity of 71%. But I guess it feels like 31. It's hot. Especially when it's like cloudy and overcast. It's very muggy, intense. Yeah, Evening Bishop says if you're chip leading, you're doing something right. Keep doing it. There you go. Be positive. Entitlement, I think, is a problem, right? Entitlement that you either should win from here or you're going to bust from here. You just stay in the moment, you know? I think just raise to 150 here is okay. Yeah, you're getting lucky, easy game. All right, Sir Bluff. Listen, you didn't have to be like that, Sir Bluff. Some nasty humidity, just feel wet as soon as you go outside. It's thick out there. It is thick. I went out this morning and it was already hot. It was like 9 in the morning. Riga, Latvia. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I love the piece, man. It plays with perspective. Raise to 100,000 a call. King 10's pretty reasonable. I don't like the squeeze because I think the hand is too weak, but I do think we should see flops. So let's see a flop. It's gonna be a check fold. Can I get it? Like, can I drag and drop like that and it opens? Yeah, it does. All right, let me see if I can get a scene for this. This work? Can you see? Yeah. So here is the piece. It's not quite right. This is 270 centimeters by 200 centimeters. Okay. Centimeters to feet. So 270 centimeters is 8.8 feet tall. 8.8 feet high. By 200, is it? Yeah, by 200. So it's basically like just under 9 feet tall and 6.5 feet wide. So it's huge. It's a whole wall. But yeah, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Northern Germany, all blanks, nothing. Poland, Bulgaria, Ukraine, Russia. Nothing, man. Hungary, I haven't been to. I mean, just big bricks, dude. So much of the world to see. Now's not the time. This is a big hand in a big spot. 6 of 30, right? So we should be able to pull up some other tables to start sweating our run down to the final table here. All right. Santiago Plant. Let's not time out with ace queen. So let's wait for a moment until we do this. Wow. A jam for 30 blinds. My first impression is to rejam, in that I think ace king very commonly wants to 3-bet call. I don't think it just goes for a jam here. In which case, I don't think we see queens plus or ace king in this jamming range, which puts ace queen in a very strong position. Now, we'd have to fade this opponent for 49 blinds having a better hand, but we're talking an $800 bounty and a massive stack here. I think we have to gamble in this spot. Good luck. Did go for the shove with ace king. It can make some sense in that people have to call wide given the bounty in play. So that $800 bounty didn't even factor into the analysis, but like we're going to put ace king in the shoving range when they have a big bounty with this. If they decide to shove extra, it still doesn't change our position in that like our hand's too good. The bounty's too big to fold. Even without the bounty, our hand's too good against their perceived shoving range with a bounty or not. It's unfortunate, obviously, in that we've been in a great position the whole tournament, and now we're knocked down to pretty short stack. It's a big flip to lose, massive flip. For chip lead, yeah, there's chip lead. But, you know, there's nothing you can do about that. It's just poker. And so we just proceed. Well, you know, that's it. Proceed. Shipping has to be a fortune. It is. Yeah, I think it's like $800 or something for the crate and like $200 for the insurance. But thankfully, it is stretched on a canvas, so I won't have to frame it. You can just hang it straight on the wall on 2 nails, so it'll be fine. So there's going to be no framing, thankfully. That was definitely a question I had, because to frame a 9-foot by 6.5-foot piece would be thousands of dollars, like $4K or $5K or something. And that's really expensive. So thankfully it's set up and ready to go to where it'll just be able to exist in and of itself. But yeah. James, how profitable are you? In what? How profitable am I in what? Like in what games? Like what I'm getting at is it depends who you're playing against, right? So, you know, how profitable am I when I'm playing like small field high rollers? I'm not. How profitable am I when I'm playing large field 320s? Very. How profitable am I? It's a reflection of the field more as opposed to my skill set, I think. So I think you have to be more specific as to like where you're referring to and against whom. I don't know. I think I'm decent at poker. I think I'm not the best poker player in the world, but I think I'm pretty good. I know a lot and always striving to get better and improve all the time, and have a positive win rate at 1Ks plus, which is good. So, you know, winning at high stakes tournaments online. By how much? Tough to say. Small sample, you know, etc. We're on the bubble here. So bubble fell, activate, 2 off the money. Welcome to Finland. Winter in Lapland is awesome. Rebecca's been to Lapland, actually, which is pretty cool. Most beautiful city is Vienna. Everyone knows that. It is really gorgeous. That's true. Vienna is gorgeous, but it's in a different way than like most tourist centers in that there is the beautiful church in the middle of Vienna. Massive and amazing, but I just like all the streets are so pristine in Vienna and put together, and it is a gorgeous place, man. I really miss it. I really do miss it there, and yeah. It's a special place. Met you in Rosvedov some years ago. Yeah, nice. King's Casino. Sweet. Sweet, man. It's been a while since I've been there. Copenhagen is a wonderful city. Believe that. Prague is a beautiful city. Been to Prague a lot. Also agreed it is beautiful. Been there quite a few times, maybe 6 times or something. It seems to be like a poker center, you know? Czech. Czechia. Good to see you, Wings of Wayne. So we've got the final 5 tables open here. Let me put some covers in. You read the name app of the site? Yeah, man, it's Party Poker. Here's a link in the chat. It's Party Poker. Check us out. Love to have you, man. Come play. If you're in a country where you're able to and of a legal age, of course. Nines against ace queen on an outer table. That is a set of 9s. Lars probably pretty short now because it's a big pot. We have a new chip leader, Sergio. Yeah, Lars is all in, 431 bounty. First impression is to ISO jam here. Ace 4 suited. It's a 6.5 blind jam, and then they call in the small blind. 187 bounty is not huge, but Ace 4 is doing very well against this call, I think. In that, at least some percentage of this is just going to jam and isolate pre, right? Man. So calling is an option too, but it's just like we're allowing this hand to realize its equity. We are in position. This is really close, I think, pre-flop with ace 4 suited. Call or jam, right? Never fold, but call or jam against this. Probably jam. I think it's better. Ugh. Kind of sucks, but... just what do they do with like ace 7 offsuit? I'm assuming they jam. I don't know. I'm not sure with this one. I don't know if I should jam or call here. Looks like we will probably chop. Yep. Okay. Heading off. Good night, good luck, Jamie. Want to wake up to a disgusting piece of art. Let's go. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, man. Let's make it count. Boris goes for the raise here. as we are down to 28 players left. Prague is my favorite big city. Close second is Vienna. There you go. Nice. Yeah. Special. Galaxy. Special places in the world, man. T-Dubs dropped the 3-month resub. Welcome back to the team, T-Dubs. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate that. Hearts in the chat. Would you consider only poker profits to trickle up processes with lower players playing above their level, feeding the prize pools for the top of the field? I think in general, poker money trickles up, right? So, I mean, the best players take money out of the pools and then play in tougher pools, and then they're no longer the best players, and the best players in those pools take money out of the pools. So, yeah, I mean, if people play in games where they're not winning or they're breaking even, it's like they're not taking anything from the pool. It's going to someone else. People passing on a judgment based on a standard that they're setting as opposed to the player. And I don't think it's useful, you know? I don't think it's useful. But I'm very guilty. I mean, I had the same metrics for a long time in my life. It's just frustrating because I'm one that's dealt with it in my streaming career, and that I got really popular as a poker streamer early, and my game improved as I was going, but it's not like I was a good professional when I started playing. As a very average professional just scraping by when I started streaming. So people gave me a lot of crap, and still to this day give me crap about not being good. Like, I thankfully don't care anymore, but I used to care. It used to bother me, you know, that like people would be so mean about it. And I kind of realize now it's just really silly, dude. It's like, we're all superstars and we're all terrible in relation to other people. So however you frame the question, however you frame which people you're putting it against is the whole point, you know? Like, that's everything. So, yeah. Yeah. That's what I have to say. Next. Yes, Party Poker's in Brazil. Yep. I have played against some Brazilians today. Here's a Brazilian right here, Gustavo. And Luis. And Luis. And Edson. He does flat some kings, queens. In the small blind, yeah. But they flat some king X and queen X as well. Book the win. But like, yeah, they're not gonna shove like jacks plus. I don't think they're gonna flat and then induce. But they probably shove ace 7, right? They probably flat ace queen. Do you have a free roll? No, I don't. But I have a home game every Friday. It's $5. Gus Hansen is one of the most losing players ever. I still consider him one of the best. It's a good example, bro. Gus Hansen playing against one of the best, some of the best players of all time, loses a bunch. Doesn't mean Gus Hansen couldn't, you know, mop the floor of your poker game, right? Doesn't mean he's bad against you. It just means he played against better opponents. So, yeah. These are real players, yes, from around the world. On our 2 tables left. Ooh. This is pretty close with King 10, I think. That's a jam for 8 blinds here. 187 bounty, which is not that important. We're kind of flipping against this. I think it's a fold. I don't think it's enough upside with a 187 bounty when it's 30K up top, you know, with the flip for this. I recently bought 2 pieces of art from Montreal artist Patrick Diesel. Oh, interesting. Let me check them out. Let me Google them. I'm going to fold this. Just downloaded Party Poker on my cell. Let's go. Nice, man. Good luck out there. Put the 1 million mark, but you're slowly building that stack. I am on 373 here in the 109 Super. Yes, your 1 million is nice. I kind of wish that I could just win this 320, though, you know? That would be a bigger one. You can take the 109 if I ship the 320, man. Ace Jack. Here we go. Here we go. And Ace King on the other table, too. This is going to be a rejam. So let's get this 330 out there. And if you have to call, Ace 10 suited would be great. Or it has to be a pair, you know. 10s are under. I think it's a GG, unless it's a jack. Ooh. Let's go. 3.1 million. Let's go. Just yawned, and 846 viewers all yawned at the same time. Fishmonger Poker, what's up, man? I'm sorry. It is what it is, chat. Allergies out there today, you know. It's hot, it's muggy. Just need the oxygen, man. 3-bet Ace King against Sashar. Big old bounty, bro. Who has who covered? Don't know. But it doesn't matter with this hand, does it? You know, it's just like, it's an all-in hand. 4-bet. Still an all-in hand. Even against a jam here, it's an all-in hand. Okay, big moment. No chop. Clean. Come on, let's go. Massive pot coming our way, chat. Massive pot, massive moment now. We're back. It's not quite the chip lead, but I think we're 4th. Or something like that. 4th or 5th. 5th. All right, 715 in the prize pool, 1139 in bounties. We all of a sudden might be winning some cash here, man. Well, the 3-9 hearts. What are your thoughts on Ontario's pool being isolated? Do you think it's likely this will happen elsewhere in Canada? You know, it depends how long you think. I think it's likely that at some point in Canada, other provinces will do this. I don't think it is fair. Primarily because of First Nations rights, in that you're preventing First Nations peoples from offering services to international clients and to Canadians, which includes gaming in it. So I think it's incorrect for that reason. It seems like Ontario doesn't particularly care, but I think it's why it's not a problem in Quebec right now, and probably why it won't be a problem in the rest of the country. But anything is possible. You know, we don't particularly have a great track record of respecting First Nations rights. So it's possible that that could change in the future. And I really hope it doesn't. If it does, I'd have to move. You know, like there's a chance I could stay in the province and maybe I could be useful to Party Poker if there was a Party Poker Quebec. Thankfully, right now I can play in the international player pool from here. I think it's not a good thing for poker players, right? It's not a good thing for consumers. I don't think it's a good thing for anyone except for the business operators locally, right? I think the best model for wanting to ensure you get tax revenue from poker is the UK model, in that they get tax from the operators, but they get an amount of tax where the operators are still able to operate profitably and make money. And then the consumers pay tax on their poker play, but they don't have to pay tax on an individual basis. It gets taxed from them while they play. And it's just reflected in their rewards in the UK as opposed to the rest of the world. It's like not noticeable in that most of the UK don't even know that there's a difference. So, and it allows people to play with everyone internationally around the world on the best poker sites in the world. So that's the best system. I think the separated provincial systems are awful for poker. But if those are the rules, you operate the best within them. We have Party Poker Ontario. I just made a video for Party Poker Ontario, actually just giving some information about the series there. So, you know, you operate from within the rules you're given, but I think the rules are a really bad idea from a governmental, individual liberty, tax basis, consumer protection basis. All of it is just garbage. I mean, it's pushing action underground. It's pushing action off regulated platforms to unregulated platforms where there isn't consumer protection, where there isn't the safety of people's funds. It's just a bad solution, basically. But, you know, it is what it is. You got to operate from within the system that you're given, I think. You just have to send me a whisper on Twitch, or you can send me a message on Discord, and then I can review your hand. Maybe you know why I can no longer play for Croatia? I am not sure. Did Party Poker pull out of Croatia? That would be news to me. Nice mustache. Thanks, man. I have not shaved in a while, so it does not grow very fast, but glad you like it. Super humid weather today. Nice sunshine, though. Yeah. I've not spent a lot of time outside, just a quick 20 minutes this morning. Question for you. Would you consider to play poker with people in a bar where there are below average but do anything because you know you can beat them but the suckouts are awful? For sure. Yes. I mean, the goal of poker is not to avoid taking bad beats. You're going to take a lot of bad beats if you're a good player because you're putting in your money good. So you've got to get over your fear of losing when you have the best hand or losing because your opponents make a mistake. That is a super standard part of poker. The goal is to make investments where other people make bad investments or worse investments than you. Once you've done that, you've succeeded. And the variance will work out in the long run. So I don't want to play games where I'm playing against better opponents, right? That's just going to cost me money. I do on the stream sometimes because it's funny and interesting for the stream. But if your goal is to make money in poker, you want to play against people that are giving you bad beats all the time because that means that they're putting in their money bad, right? Like that means you're succeeding on a regular basis. So, of course, 7,000% of the time, bring on the bad beats. I can take the pain. Take any amount of pain. Throw pain on me, chat. I can take it. I'll be absolutely fine. Be fine. Five of 24, final four tables. Probably on the next page jump is at 19. Okay. Lose a player Jack 9 to Jack 8 here. Yeah, thank you, Shadow Compact. Let's go, man. Let's go. 8-9, two pair against Jacks. 8-9 wins. So the big bounty stays, and A. Hagen is probably pretty short now. Yeah. Sashar has us covered. Shashar, Mosh, Haran. A lot of chips. $800 bounty. Big bounty, right? Has us covered. 3 big stacks on our table. Relative, you know? Probably 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that. Yeah. 6th, 7th, 8th, actually, between the three of us. But there is some deeper stacks out there, so I guess our table's pretty decent. We've got Nicholas Estet, one of the best players in the world in online tournaments, in the tournament still. If it folds to us, we're all in against A. Hagen. 243 bounty. Question is, can we call knowing that this is going to be in there with the 243 added? How much value does that 243 bring? Probably enough, right? Like this opening range is just super mega wide. And they've got to be concerned in that the door is open. So when they rejam, we can fold. It's fine. It's 8 high. But they've got to be a little worried about our range here. Question is, a good hand ever call here? I think we just want to take the flop, though. I think we want to take the cards. There's an option to, like, ISO raise once you get a call here. Folds. Queen deuce, queen six. A Hagen is out. Moving on. How does Duhamel's court win affect how you do your taxes, if at all? Can you stop paying it for poker? What did I miss? Do you know this place in Canada, Playground Poker Club? Yes, man. I've been twice. 2 or 3 days I've been to Playground. Not for a long time, but I love the team there. Love the room. Beautiful. It's amazing. Love it. What's up, neighbor? Feels like Miami Heat today. Yeah, it seems hot outside, man. Very hot. Very hot. Good luck, Jamie. Ship it, bud. Thank you, Pwn Face. First impression is to rejam here. 12 blind jam, $400 bounty. We have ace 10. Yeah, I think it's a jam. Just trying to come up with a reason why we shouldn't, but I think it's just too good. We're going to have all these broadways that shove here. And yes, they're going to be ace-jack through ace-king as well. But there's a lot of hands we're beating. Less hands that we're beat by. And then a decent amount of flips. So with the bounty and the dead money and stuff, I think we have to do it. 877 in the prize pool, 1,500 in bounties now. We pick up kings. We're actually 6th place of 19, so that is a pay jump. We pick up the second best hand in poker. This is a big moment. It's a very big moment, Marco. Oof. Oh, sheesh. That was close. Okay. Again, we raise. It's just a raise fold against this small bounty here for 15 blinds. But if we were early stage of the tournament, it'd be a raise call. Small bet is fine, I think. Our opponent, Shashar, has a ton of auto folds. They have more sixes than we do, but they also have like just queen jack high. You know, they have 10-4 suited. Like they have so much junk that just the small bet, get them to auto fold is good. And I'm not too worried about getting owned by like a massive check raise frequency when we have every suited ace in our range, right? Like we have a lot of ace X that continues. We have a little bit of 6X and we have some pairs like our hand. Fold here. Can't do anything there. 6 of 19, 5 of 19, excuse me. Back to 6 after that big blind, probably. Oh, and by the way, Gray Street, thanks for the 33-month resub. I missed the alert at some point. I think on break, and I read it on break, and I forgot to mention it when it came back. Thank you so much, man, for the 33 months. Jamie's back from unproductive August. It's true. We're still in it, but you're just an early ramp. You know what I mean? Congrats on the golf scores, but you're sorely missed. Welcome back. Thank you so much, man. It's good to be here. It's good to get back on the grind, get down to business, you know? Appreciate it. Gray Street, thank you. Thanks for the resub. Ooh, we got moved to this table. Okay. So I just have to reopen this table because it's going to show our position incorrectly because... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, no, it is. We're down to 17. It says 18. I just want to make sure I don't miss a hand. So I'm going to wait till next hand, close it, reopen the table. Because I don't want to get auto-folded off aces or something, you know? So on our table, we do cover everyone, which is dope. But some great players. Santiago's bounty is big, just under 1,000. Rothko on 1,000 as well. All right, here we go. Here we go. First hand at this table. Fold. All right, let me reopen the table. 1 second. Get our position correct here. 5 of 17. There we go. Here we go. Can we win this tournament, man? I really hope so. 30 bands is a lot of money. All right. 17 left. This table is deep, dude. 7.7 million, 6.7, 5 million here. Got an 8, got a 6. All right. Ace 3 against Ignis J in the small blinds. It's really big raise. I wouldn't often 3-bet here. I'm going to 3-bet fold this junky ace. Reason being, I think it's going to be quite difficult to play post-flop against this polarized sizing. So I prefer putting them in a spot where I'm getting them to fold their polarized stuff. And against their like slam dunks and their ace-x suited, like we're just going to get jammed in our face and that's fine. But I think this is going to be a better play with this hand. Just based on the sizing. 3.5x under ICM is pretty big here. Thank you, Murray Drover. We're going to get it, dude. We're going to win this thing. Four of 17. An all in on an outer table. Takes it down. We're going to raise up 9-7 suited here. Hey, there's the 4-month resub. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it, Murray Drover. Get some love in the chat for the resubscription. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support. 10-7-7. Small bet here. It's a board that Nicholas is going to attack us on fairly frequently, I think. In that they have more 7s than we do. And we will bet again. Just trying to think about like what if I want to go for big or small sizing here. I think 2/3. Take it down. Lena always in the mix. Seems to be. Go. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy poker player. And I mean crazy in an incredible way. Jack 6 offsuit is pretty garbage. I think I'll fold. M Dorado and your 109. M Dorado. Right here. What's up, man? In front of the stream. Good luck. Good luck in this thing, my friend. Good luck on second place. Third place, actually. I already told someone in the chat they could have second, so you're going for third. Fold the 6-5. Honor 6.3 million. 4 of 17. Average stack right now is 4.3 million, so we're chilling. We're fine. We're cool. Next pay jump is at 14. But really kind of the mindset now is like, how do we win every chip in the tournament, you know? We got to get them all. And we love pay jumps, but it's a bounty, so it's kind of like, kind of want every chip if possible. DK Donkey, what's up, man? Good to see you back. Good luck. Thank you very much, DK Donkey. Appreciate that. Thanks for the 5-month resub. Welcome back to the team. Guess I love the chat. Happy to be here, man. Having a good time. And hopefully having a good score. Let's see. It's going to be nice. Listen, this is the first YouTube highlight in a while, just because I've Haven't had any deep runs, you know. Unproductive August was very unproductive. 10s against Ace Queen in our main bay. Ace Queen wins. The $950 bounty is gone. That's a huge bounty. Ignis wins a big pot. We get 281.51 is our cash there. Damn, that's sad. 281.51. Raise 8-9 suited. A little bit better than the 5-6 suited that we just had, and there's a little bit more dead money in the pot through only one more player. So okay, deuce 4-6 against Ignis, calling the big blind. I think we just bet fold here. Our range is relatively tight in the first place. I think it's better to bet with 8-9 than it is with like king queen. We've got a bunch of overpairs in our range here. You know, 7s through aces we've got in our range. Ignis doesn't have aces through. To be honest, is probably going to flat jacks on these stacks. So they do have some big pairs. I'd say it's less of an overpair advantage than typical because of our stacks in the ICM. But to me, I think it's a clear bet with 9-8 in that we can fold out hands like queen jack. We have 2 overcards to the board. And when we get check raised, it's a very simple. We're not stuck with like, oh, this hand's pretty decent. It's like just a pretty clear c-bet bluff and then we're done kind of situation. Min raise. Folding. Marco knocks out this player, Benjamin Chalot, up to 9.4 million. And we are losing players quickly, down to 16 left. 3 tables. Next pay jump is at 14. We're about average stack right now. Just a little bit more than average. Which means the progression is pretty flat. Chip leader has 9.5 million. And it looks like there's 4 players under 2 million chips. Queen 6 knocks out King 8 here. Whoa. Nicholas, the new chip leader, with how many left? 14 left. Okay. Jack 9 is going to be a fold. It's Alan Ford on our table. On the shorter end of things, an 862 bounty is pretty legit. Ace-6, ace-9. That is a 9. Wow. Just Nicholas cleaning up all the money. Nothing new. Incredible scenes. Down to 13, and we're probably going to get someone to our table here in a second, I think. And another bus on another table. I think we're down to 12 now. We are down to 12. And so we get moved to another table. Thankfully not on Nicholas Estet's table. So we are 8 of 12. This is correct. We might have to reopen the table because it might not update, but we'll see. See how it goes. All right, so we've got a hand review here. Okay, just give me one sec. Since we're not dealt in, we can take a look at this. So hand review request from C12, the man 04. Okay. So first hand of the $400 WSOP, double stack 30K, start 100, 100 with a 100 big blind ante. I'm the small blind with ace, deuce, spade, diamond. Folds to me. I make it 500 big blind calls. I'd make it bigger given how deep you are. I'd make it 600 or 700, but nonetheless fine. Flop comes ace, deuce, 9. I bet 600 the big blind calls. Okay. 500,000. I'd go for a little bit bigger bet on the flop as well, but this is fine too. Turn comes a 5 of spades. Ace, deuce, 9, 5. Spade, heart, diamond, spade. Okay. Flush draw comes in the turn. It goes check, check. I'd keep betting on this 5, keep getting value. Wouldn't rely on my opponents in small stakes WSOP events to be value betting their hand effectively and or bluffing enough. They're probably going to be too passive, so I would just keep betting with your 2 pair. But not the end of the world. Fine, check, check. River comes a king of hearts. I check. They check back. Showed 3-4 for the wheel on the turn. Anything I should do different? You should bet more. You should raise more free flop. You should bet a bigger size on the flop. You should keep betting on the turn. And once it goes check, check on the turn, you should bet the river to make sure you get value from your 2 pair. But it's just like your hand is really strong. You can't rely on your opponents to bet for you. You're very high up in your range. Like bet. You're going to have bluffs as well that want to bet here. So just bet away. Bet until you get raised. Your opponents played the hand really poorly. I mean, they have almost the nuts. They do have the nuts, it seems to me. Unless I'm missing a flush somewhere. But it doesn't even matter if there's a flush. I mean, they have a straight. I don't understand. I don't understand what happened to your opponents. I don't get it. They should be shoveling money into the middle. But yeah, I just think a little bit more betting and a little bit more aggression, a little bit more persistence with a pretty strong hand. This is going to be a call, I think. 6.5 blind shove. There's a small bounty, but like even for 6.5 blinds, I think king 10 is pretty reasonable. So get it in against ace king. This is not a happy moment. How about a 10 of hearts? Okay. All right. Too bad. Hope that helps, by the way, the hand review. Ace 4 of diamonds. Good. It's a good hand. Jam, I think. It's not the right hand to raise call, you know, but I wouldn't mind like raise calling ace 9. Offsuit or suited, doesn't really matter. I think ace 4 is not going to induce enough small rejams. So I think we just go all in here when they have 13 blinds, 14 blinds. So yeah, I'm all in. Good luck. Good luck. It's also not the kind of hand I want to limp call a jam with, you know? Seems not good enough. And it looks like I've put them in a spot with probably king X. Probably a hand like king 10, king jack, a hand like queen jack suited. Probably that kind of hand, thinking about this. 4.5 million. Are we confirmed 8 of 12? We are. Okay. 1,083 plus 1,500. Call it 2,500. Nice profitable day. Nice to get a profitable day on the board. Pay jump at 11th place, but first place is going to be about 30K. So there's still 27,500 up for grabs between the 11 of us. Ace King A7. Whoa. Ace King takes it down for Diego. We're up to 1358 in the prize pool. Twos, not a very valuable hands on the stack depths in this position, so just going to be a fold. Pay jump now at 9, goes up to 1740. Final table hype. Not quite, man. Not quite. 11 left. We're not there yet, man. En route. Deuce 3-6 against Diego. I think check with our hand makes some good sense here. We do have all these overpairs in our range, but we want to have a few more checkbacks than we would typically. But Diego bets, and we call and go to the turn. But I want to wait an amount of time that I could conceivably wait with an overpair, right? I want to be able to have an overpair in my range by thinking. But I have a hand I don't really have to think with. I think it's just an obvious call, given the price we're getting 4-1 in position. Yeah. That's such a good card because it's also a card that we just don't have that many 10s. We don't have that many 10s that raise and that many 10s that peel the flop, you know? Like Jack 10 folds, Queen 10 folds, King 10 probably folds. So that's just not a good card for them. We're going to bet here. 640. Take it down. Okay, fine. $5.1 million chilling. I think 3 bets is good here. With the ace blocker. Against what I assume will be a really wide opening range. Get a call. Queen 5-3 in the flop. I think we bet and often jam the turn, to be honest, in that we have a gutter here and an overcard. So I think we probably stay pretty aggressive here. Hopefully Diego doesn't have ace, queen, king, queen, queen, jack. I think a bad turn would be a king. I think not a great turn would be a jack, basically. Yeah, we should update the title to Final 11, 30K up top. There we go. Hey, sub hype, Sample Fish. Drop the 18-month resub. Thanks so much, Sample Fish. Appreciate you, man. Hearts out in the chat. Thanks for your support. Year and a half plus. Is this the place for tacos? Yeah, bro. What am I serving up for you, man? What can I get for you? Eight of 11, 1.6 million in our pot right now. I guess 2.4, sorry, missing the bet. And then this pot, small pot going on the other table. Simonis with a pretty short stack on 1.6 million. The table, we've got a 2.8, a 3.2. And then it's pretty bunched up beyond those three shorter stacks. So be interesting to see the march to the final table, because I think we've got a bit of work to do here on these final 11. Jam to call. King 9 against ace king. We could be down to 10 here. If it is not a queen, would have been... Nah. Queen would have been a win for the ace king as well. All right, there it is. We are down to 10. Gustavo getting it done. 10 left. On a little pay jump here. It looks like a $400 pay jump. Thank you, Leonardo Leeds, for the good luck, man. Appreciate it. We raise ace jack for sure. Ten to 9 on the flop. I think check. With the payout pressure, definitely with our hand as well. It's a good hand to check back. Turn is a good turn for our hand. Nicholas is still in. Yeah, on 5.8 million over here. Thinking about betting. We can stand up to check raises if we do get check raised, but it's a little bit awkward. We make a flush on the river, so it's going to be a value bet. The thing that I'm already thinking about, like a value bet isn't that interesting in terms of like, okay, what do we want to do here? I think about 700,000 is right. But what gets interesting is when they jam. That's where things get weird. We're not going to see it often, but like, I don't know. My mind goes to the stuff where I'm uncertain what to do, you know? I already know what to do on the river. A value bet. I made a flush. A bet. It's just the weird lines. It's like, can Diego ever, with 10-9, check on the flop, still check on the turn, hoping to get the check raise in, and then check on the river on the 4 flush, go for the check jam? Like, is it possible? It doesn't happen. And it seems like paranoid, right? But it's like, I already know how to proceed with that, with the obvious stuff. It's like you're trying to give yourself time against the uncommon lines that are really difficult in deciding what to do. People often ask, like, why does your mind go to this stuff like it's so unlikely? It's like, well, because the likely stuff is really simple to figure out, you know? Like, you made the nut flush, you're going to bet the river. You're going to bet a sizing that's, reasonable for value and conceivable with bluffs. Check with Jack 3 suited. I think at the stack depth, we mostly want to raise offsuit hands. So I think Jack 3 is just going to be a check back. It's playable post flop. And we go to a 10-3 deuce flop. Check. Some bet, some check here. I'm going to go for check line, I think. It's fine. What's the Montreal street taco scene like? Yeah, I don't think there is much of one. There's kind of a little bit of a Mexican neighborhood near me in St. Henry, actually, where there's maybe like 5 Mexican restaurants all sort of grouped together. But I don't think it's like a big cuisine here. Not a ton of burritos. More tacos than burritos. Not a ton. I'm going to go for one bet here and then check the river, I think. Montreal has the Canadian GP. It does. I was there this year, the Grand Prix. It was dope. Super interesting. We get check raised here. I think we call, though, and then make a difficult decision on the river, basically. We make 2 pair. So we beat some of the hands that check raise for value here, but then diamond draw can check raise as a bluff. If we get overbet shoved on, we should fold. I don't think that's a sizing we're going to see as a bluff, and that the most obvious bluff just check raised. They check. I think we should value bet here. I think we should value bet. And if we get check raised this time, then we just fold. It's fine. You know? A little bit smaller. I want them to be able to call with 2 pairs. I thought for a second, like, is there any chance our opponent has a set, check raises, and checks the river? But they probably just bet the river and fold to a jam, right? With a set. Okay, take it down. It's a weird hand because it's like, when we check the flop, it's pretty hard for us to have a top pair. When they check twice, they're representing they have a monster, you know? Basically. It's an interesting hand, but we're up to 8.3 million, which is great. Really good news. Yo, hand review. Send one in via Whisper or Discord, and I'll do it when I get a sec. But I need to crush this hand against Diego. Let's think about flatting for a second. I think 3-betting's a lot better, especially given the stack situation here. Suited ace. I like the 3-bet. Take it down. And we are at 9.1 million now, in 4th place in the tournament. The 4 of us are really tied on this table, I'd say, you know, and then the short stack here. Then on the other table, there is 1 short stack and then a couple middling stacks and a couple big stacks, I'd say. So still an interesting progression to the final 6. I don't know if we're going to the final table at 7 or 6. We'll see. Fold. Stacks are not good for a 4-bet here, and it's not a great hand. The 4-bets. It's an okay hand, but not great. I think we have a lot more Caribbean food in Canada or in Montreal than Mexican food, for what it's worth. Like a lot more jerk chicken than burritos and tacos. I think with the history of like the French language being spoke in more Caribbean nations from French settlements, and therefore immigrants that have come here, the French-speaking ones have primarily resided here, and then also like New Orleans and stuff in the U.S. But that's some spotty history, but that's like what I'm kind of piecing together in my mind as to why the makeup of food places here tends to be a little bit more Caribbean than it would be in like Alberta or back home, you know? All right, Senzo, I'm going to check out your hand. I'm just going to wait until a break probably, for if you don't mind waiting 10 minutes, just because I'll do it right when we go on break. Just we've got really intense moments here, you know? 10 left, big spot. Unless I get bored or something, but I think we're pretty in the zone here. King 7, I like raise if it folds to us, but we see an open from Marco. This 384 bounty is not a huge deal given the stage of the tournament we're in. I mean, it's something, but it's not a big deal. And King 7 off is pretty wide, you know? So I think it's a fold. Goes raise call here. The tank is on here, and then this player is all in. Takes it down on 2.6 million. Look at that $1,900 bounty on a short stack. I mean, what a dream. I would love to be on that table to get a chance of that, man. $2,000, you know? That's more than our payout in the tournament right now. $2,000 is more than 8th place. It's chunky. Queen 8, I like opening here. A little bit wider than normal. We'd raise Queen 9. We'd raise Queen 10, and then Queen 9 would maybe very occasionally get a raise in a normal non-ICM situation. I think it's clear with this bounty that we do want to raise this hand here. 9-6 deuce with gaps. Bigger bet size. I think half pot represents 2/3 given the payout pressure here. This is representing a 2/3 bet essentially. And I think the reason being their 2-pair combos are fairly reduced. We have an overpair advantage in the spot in that we have 10s, jacks, queens, kings, aces. They also have a bunch of junk. So I think we can have some small bets in theory and some big bets. And I would bet there's going to be a few more big bets than small bets. So this is that big bet with queen eight, backdoor flusher with the queen, but it's not the end of the world to fold queen high to check raise, right? It's okay. So, yeah. Got this, Jamie. Thank you, Dopest Kush. Thanks, man. Take Caribbean food any day of the week. There you go, man. There you go. Fold it three ways, I think, is all right. Jack 10 offsuit. Suited, we'd definitely be in there in some capacity. Italian food over everything. It's pretty good. I think it would probably be my favorite food as well, man. Seafood, says H from Space. There you go. We got a seafood fan. You work in the industry, though. You're biased, man. H from Space. You're biased. Aren't you? I'm pretty sure you work in the industry, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. If I remember correctly. But I could be wrong about that, but I think you do. Yeah, lobster fishing. Bro, why did my note on you disappear on Twitch? I don't know why. I used to have a note that differentiated you from other people, and the note is gone. Don't tell me that Twitch reset the notes. Because if they did, it's screwed. I wrote all sorts of nicknames for people and, like, people's birthdays and stuff. Please, Twitch. What happened? I haven't seen a single nickname today. Oh, dude. Say it ain't so, man. Say it ain't so, Twitch. How much did you guarantee already? $13.58 in the prize pool plus $15.33 in bounties. So call it $2,900 generously. $2,900, but it's $30,000 for the win with the bounties, right? So there's a lot of money up for grabs still. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this hand history review as well in 2 minutes. Nicholas is all in. A lot more Asian and Indian cuisine back home in BC and Alberta, not so much Mexican. Yeah, true. There's just not a lot of Mexican cuisine in general in Canada from what I've seen so far. There's probably a little bit more in Toronto, but I mean, there's some here. I'm sure there's 20, local restaurants that are Mexican restaurants here in Montreal, but it's like not, in the US, you see Mexican food in a lot of spots, like way more proportionally than you do here, which makes sense. Makes sense. Still 10 left. One off a $400 pay jump here. With a 6-3 of diamonds. All right, we're going to go on break after this hand. So let's go through this hand history that Senzo to win put in here. So this is a 1-2 no limit game, 9 players. We are on the button, and we do a button straddle for $4, which means in a cash game, if you button straddle, it means that action starts in the small blind. So you buy last action, but you have to put in double the big blind. So we button straddle to $4. We're dealt 10 of hearts, 5 of clubs, and we're 200 blinds deep. Okay, so we have, I don't know if we're $400 or $800, but let's call it $400. Small blind folds, big blind folds, under the gun folds, under the gun one folds. The next thing says under the gun call, folds around. So I'm assuming like next to act, which would be like middle position or so, calls, and then you check. Flop comes queen 10-5, spade diamond heart. You have 10-5 in the straddle. Okay. Villain checks, hero bets 10, villain raises to 40, hero calls. Yep. Bet with your 2 pair, you get check raised. Like your hand is not good enough to get it all in for 200 blinds right now, but it's a good hand, and you call. Spade diamond heart. Their draws are going to be straight draws, and then they're going to have occasional better hands like 5s, 10s, queens. And every once in a blue moon, they value on themselves with like ace queen or something. Turn is the ace of spades. Simonas on 2 blinds, but we get an all in from Marco. 16-24 bounty as well. Chunks, man. Chunks of bounties. Diego reshoves. We're probably going to go ladder to 9th, and that means Simonas is probably going to fold here. Wow. So do we want the double bounty for 2,000 to leave, but to get down to 8? Or do we want this player to double up, this player to bust? Or do we want them to stay with a 16-24 bounty? I don't know what I want. I don't really care. Whatever happens, happens. All right, Simonas is out. Marco wins the money on 10.5 million. I don't think that's what we really want because we can't even get that bounty anymore. I don't think we want Marco to win. I think we want like Marco to chop, so that we can still get the bounty in some capacity. Anyways, down to 9, 1740 now. So it's a little pay jump. 1740 plus 1533, call it 3,300. Still, $26,700 left to play for. That's a lot. Thanks for reviewing my hand. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. The king 3 play by your opponent is really bad, right? Like, if they want to play king 3 suited, which is fine with the button straddle, they need to raise. They should probably raise it to about $18. They should c-bet the flop. You should raise. They should fold. But if they're going to check, check raise is too ambitious, unless they think that you're too aggressive or over betting. But if they check raise, that's fine. They need to continue on the ace, in that you don't have any aces that bet call. So yeah, they need to keep betting on the ace if they are going to check raise bluff king 3 with a backdoor flush draw. But they should raise pre. The limp is really bad. And yeah, so there's a lot of mistakes in the hand, obviously. But, you know, you're playing small stakes live cash games. Like, not everyone's supposed to play perfect, you know? And your fold is completely reasonable. Like, it's not about... The thing about playing small stakes is it's not about being perfect. Sometimes people are going to do random stuff that is terrible. That just happens sometimes. And sometimes you can get a bit of a read of, like, you can see that someone's ready to blow their top. And you just know it's coming because they have been here for too long and they got to go home or whatever and they don't leave with money. Like, you can get that sense sometimes. But without that sense, sometimes people are just going to pull off random bluffs with hands that make absolutely no sense. And it's not the goal to be 100% correct because if you're always hero calling, like, you're just going to be wrong often. Yeah. Like, most of the time, your opponent just has, like, queen jack there. Yeah. They have king queen and they just have trips and you lose. And then very occasionally they're going to show up with a garbage hand like king 3 and you get stacked. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Diego. Okay, so we actually cover again because Diego is now the chip leader. Oh, no, they're second actually. But Nicholas is on 18.5. So the stacks have really changed here quite a bit. We cover this $1,800 bounty. I want it and I want it bad. And on this table, there's a 900 bounty with 2 million chips. That's 7 blinds. A 1900 bounty that we cover here as well. I mean, this is a sweet table, dude. It's a sweet table. 2 great bounties that are shorter than us. Here we have 1 bounty that's shorter than us. But it is indeed great. And the thing is, at the end of the day, we need all the chips. We need every chip in play, right? Oh. Ooh, this is close. I think it's not close. Chippy V. I think I'll fold. I could definitely be wrong on that, so I'm uncomfortable with that decision. But I think it's correct. We raise here to 900k. Queen unsuited. Really, not very much limping at all under ICM, so it's mostly raise or fold in this situation. Queen 9 is a great hand, obviously. 8-6-5 on the flop. I think we want to start with a check here. It's a good board for our hand. We have 2 overcards. We have a backdoor flush draw. We have a gut shot. But it's not typically a good board for our range, right? So I think we want to start with a check. And I think our hand is almost too good to check raise here. And then I don't want to get blown off. You know, I don't want to check raise, they jam, we fold. Like, that sucks. I think we want to check call. Is the best line. Good turn. Wow. So we have a double gutter now. A jack or a 4 gives us a straight, right? Or no, a jack or a 7 gives us a straight. This is a really difficult situation when they bet $1 million here. First impression is to jam. We have 8 outs. And what are our check raise jam bluffs? It needs to be like non-showdown value diamonds or open-enders. And our check raise value, I think, is obvious. I think we do check raise here. Good luck. Let's go. Come on, chat. Let's go. 8.3 million, massive pot, 6 spot, man. I mean, it's dangerous, right? Like, they can just have it and we're dead. And we're out and we get 9th and we left 26,000 on the table. But when it gets through, man, that feels good. Courage! Oh. Let's go. Butane. Oh, that's a big one. 90-month resub from your man Butane. Thanks so much, Butane. I appreciate your support. 60, 72, 84. 7.5 years officially subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for 90 months. Welcome back to the team. Love of the chat, you guys, for Butane. Thank you, man. 90 months. It's a lot. We're 3 of 9 now. First place, Nicholas. Second place, Diego. Then us. And then gap down to 5 million, 4.5 million, 5 million, 4 million, 3 million. Actually, 7.5. I missed this player. So we're kind of tied for third, Louise and us. But, yeah. 9 left. Kind of sucks to be embarrassed like that. Yeah, you shouldn't be embarrassed. Like don't be embarrassed by people bluffing you and showing you random hands. Like, it may be painful, but what you've got to realize is they've opened up massive holes in their poker game, in that they've shown you they're way over bluffing in that spot. Like, they're just completely out of whack, right? They didn't bluff on the best street to bluff, which would have been the turn. They didn't raise pre-flop. And they didn't do the obvious thing that they should have done, which is just bet the flop instead of check raise, right? Like, just bet the flop. You've got an overcard and a backdoor flush draw against an any 2 range in the big blind. Like, just bet the flop. So they've just made several errors in the hand, and they went crazy and they won the hand, but like, they've shown how weak their poker game is. So you're gonna win. You're gonna beat this player. Just tap the table and keep being straightforward, and you'll collect the money. You know, this is not the kind of player that I can just see from the hand. They're not a player that's gonna win money long run. It's just not gonna happen. So let's keep doing your thing. We are at the final table. Final table hype of the 300 grand pre-KO summer 6 max high roller. We are coming to the final table. Currently 3 of 7. And we have 2430 cash with 1533 in bounties. Chunk of change. Call it 4,000-ish. What's to play for? In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see the payouts, but you've got to remember first place is about double because the bounties are not included in the payouts listed below. As this queen jack is going to be a fold. So it says about 15,000 for the win. It'll be about 30 depending on how well you do with bounties. We are coming in 3 of 7. Chip leader and second place on our right. This is the best possible table we could get given. It is perfect, right? Perfect lineup. The players are great, you know. As you would expect, we've played against some of these players for sure before. Nicholas Estet, one of the best players in the game. One of the best online tournament players of all time, you know. Without question, top 5 all-time online tournament players, any era. So incredible at poker, and a lot of really great players. But the good news is that even though people are incredible, like, it's still poker, it's still cards, right? 2 cards, it's still math. We can still win this thing, even against one of the best, which is beautiful. You know, you put me out on the golf course, I'm not going to beat Tiger Woods. I can beat Nicholas Estet. I can, and hopefully we do today. Diego, I think we played with some as well as a senior. Not sure on these 3 players, just because I haven't, like, name recognition is not as good. So that's what's up. 4,000 cash on our way to victory. Final table hype. So happy, by the way, YouTube and Facebook to get a highlight. It's been such a long time, dude. It's been such a cold stretch and an unproductive month in August. It's nice to get a highlight together. Good to see you, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. What's up? We got some content for you, man. Let's win this thing. Big raise from Gustavo. We folds. Now, the bounties are obviously interesting here. 1,800 bounty, 900 bounty. 900 bounty, and then 500 bounty. All accessible here. This 1,800 is the best one, right? The most interesting at the table. Full king 4. Looks genius when it works. Looks duh. I wouldn't have done that if it doesn't, Cap. No, exactly. If that didn't work, the chat would have exploded with "you're an idiot." That's just the thing. You're either an idiot or a genius in those moments. That's just how it works with chips. On the ICM, you're check raising overpairs for value here. I don't think the way I played the hand, I would have that many overpairs where I check call, Mr. Gazon. There's maybe the occasional overpair combo, but I think I have some 2-pair suited hands. I think I have some sets as well. I think I have 2 pairs and sets and occasional straights. And I think the bluffs are more limited than the value hands, as they should be, obviously. In that non-showdown diamonds and like open-ender or double gutters are my only candidates. So, yeah. Ace 10 against Queen Jack. Louise has lost a big pot. Now, so actually, both still shorter than us here, but Marco is up to 6.3 million and Louise on 5 million there. 8-3 clubs is a fold. Okay. $320 Grand Prix. For the 4 deuce. Queen Jack, gonna be fold again here. Chip stacks are not great for it. Nicholas can put tons of pressure on us as well, being in third place with 4 shorter stacks. Very easy fold against the 2.5x here from Diego. Nice seat. Perfect, right? Poker Buffy? It's perfect seat, man. Perfect seat. Thank you, Cookies Craft. Thanks, man. No more cold August for you. Yeah, dude. Let's have a good result here. Aces against Ace Queen. 6 for ultimate pain. 6. Do it. Oh, it's a chop. It's a chop, baby. Let's go. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's amazing. It's the sickest thing. The sickest chop, dude. Oh, my goodness. Insane. That's an insane chop. I can't believe I just saw that. All right, 7 left. Let's go. Rebecca, Patrick, clip it, man. Clip that hand. That'll be a good meme. People will like, I'm just telling you right now, chat. Instagram's made for that. So Instagram will eat that up. That's going viral on Instagram. I'm telling you. I wasn't even in the hand. It's going viral. People will love it. It's an opportunity for people to tell all their anecdotes about bad beats they take in poker. It's hilarious. King Jack. Not a hand where we can call a jam from this opponent. They half jam. It's really weird because they open up the opportunity to like call, but now it's obviously a fold against the re-raise. And just like that, we're down to 4th. Marco has us covered now. Gustavo's all in against Nicholas. Ace King, Ace 5. Oh, no. No. I don't think we want that, dude, because they cover us, right? So we can't get their bounty. We wanted the ladder there. It was a $1,000 ladder. That would have been nice, but onwards. We did beat C. Darwin a few weeks ago. Now it's Lena's turn. It's true. We beat C. Darwin. I mean, the two of them are some of the greatest legends of the game ever. So. Marco's all in against Ignace. Takes it down Look at that $1,800 bounty. We can't get it though, man. We don't cover. We need every chip in the tournament. That's the goal. We need every single chip that's out there. And right now we have a relatively small share of them. Because there's just over 60 million in play. 64 million or so. And we have 6 million. So we have 1/10 of the chips with 7 players left. But that's all right. We'll get them all. Sometimes. Sometimes we'll get them all. Nicholas better than Ben. I don't know how to evaluate who's better between the two of them. They're both exceptional at the game. Nicholas has more big results. But in terms of like who has a higher win rate, I don't know. I couldn't tell. But, you know, they're both incredible. Anvand, dropping the 2-month resub. Gets a love of the chat for Anvand. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Marco raises. Gustavo is all in. Are we going to cover anyone anymore? I don't know. Just don't know if we just might get 7th here based on how this is going. With the 9/8. Vibes are exquisite. Let's go, man. Why not? Cody G dropping the 6-month resub. Guess I love the chat for Cody G. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for the 6 months. 4th for the artwork. Let's go. Yeah, 4th will make the cut. Just barely. I mean, I'm tempted to make it top 3, but technically the 7,500 rule will make it 4th. 4th will probably get quite a small piece of art. Raise the ace-3 suited. Not a fun spot to raise hands that are not amazing. The thing about this, though, is like we still need some bluffs to raise, right? It's not just like, oh, I'm just going to raise like 10s plus and ace-queen, you know? And the best bluffs to raise are these ace-3, ace-4, ace-5 suited sort of hands are perfect. So be raising that up. And we'll raise a little wider than that, too. Like I was being a little dramatic with that opening range, but you get the point anyways. Hey, thank you so much, Vapor Trail, for the 8-month resub. Welcome back to the team. Love the chat, you guys. For that 8 months. 8 months, get the win, baby. Come on, Vapor Trail. Let's go. Let's go. Live from the gym. Make some noise, chat. Let's go, Shaheen. Pumping iron. We're pumping up the bankroll. Let's go. $6.5 million, chilling. We get one raise through, and then we go through the blinds. So we got, you know, the ability to fold through there. We did start the day as chip leader, but I think we had 1.7 million chips at the start of the day, something like that. Oh no, Diego, no, 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 just no, don't fold. Oh, okay, we fold. Oh, it's so uncomfortable, man. It's so uncomfortable when they min raise there. It's so difficult when they go for the min raise. For the 9-4. Here it is. Ace, king, suited. Everything we got all day, every day. Shipcity.gov. Run it. Ace Queen. Call. Call with Ace Queen. Okay. Take it on. Do you miss the days of HUD on online poker? No. I used a HUD back when you were allowed to use a HUD on Party Poker. No longer can you use a HUD on Party Poker. You can have it on your computer. It just won't work on Party Poker because there is no hand histories administered, and that's how those HUDs work. So it's not allowed to use, but it just won't work on a Party Poker client. And so I used HUDs in the past, right? I used Javaro. I enjoyed using Javaro when I used it. But like I was never romantic about HUDs in that it felt necessary to use it because my opponents were using it. So it felt like something that would help me. And so I had to do it. But it's not like a part of the game that I absolutely loved. It was a part of the game that I think allowed me to operate more efficiently. So it's like, okay, I have to do this. But I would prefer if everyone didn't have a HUD and we all operated without one and we had to use our observational skills. So on sites that use a HUD, I'll use a HUD. On sites that don't use a HUD, I won't use a HUD. And I prefer to not have a HUD or have one where everyone gets the same one, which is fine with me, you know? That's my preference personally. For the 3-8, we are down to 6. We get a nice little ladder, 34.61. Next ladder is $1,100 up to $4,500. AMC Travic dropping the sub with the prime. Can we just love the chat for AMC Travic? Thanks so much, man. Appreciate that. Hearts out. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the follows on Twitter today as well. A lot of follows on the social media today around the streets. Appreciate you all. Thank you. Ace 10 against King Queen. Ignis is out. Wow. So we are laddering quickly. Diego on 21 million. We are down to 5. Just like that. 4,500 locked up. Next pay jump is up to the art score. We do cover Marco, but we are 4 of 5 here. And we no longer cover Marco, I don't think, with just that raise fold. Yeah, we don't. The payout pressure has decreased quite a bit. You know, like it's gone down. Some of these shorter stacks have busted, so it's less of a big deal. It's still a thing, but just less of a thing, which is fun for us. Lounge Fest dropping the 10-month resub. Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back, Lounge Fest. Thank you. 1/10 of the total chips, 110-month sub. You'll get all the chips. I'm coming for all the months. Let's go, man. Thanks for the support. Lounge Fest. Appreciate that. Fold the 7-3 suited. Nines against 4s. Picking up a 4.2 million chip pot. For the 8-5. Hope one day your name will be legend and all the art you've ever bought could be potential gold. That would be a sick investment. That would be sick, man. But I want to keep it in my house, man, you know? I'll show you guys the art that I bought recently after the tournament, though. It's on the way, and it's going to be super exciting. Awesome. Can't wait for it. A-Shack, pretty good. Rejam. I don't think there's much else to talk about. If it folds to us, we can either raise or limp. Against Nicholas, it's definitely a profitable jam. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any other line that's good, but I don't think so. Against a Diego 3-bet, it's interesting, right? Because it's a good spot for Diego to 3-bet, but I think a fold if it goes raise 3-bet, even though they can have bluffs. This is a slam dunk squeeze. Like a lot of dead money in the middle. This is a wide opening range. Yeah, I think it's just a slam dunk squeeze with ace jack and not a ton of ICM pressure. So good luck. 5 of 5 here, chat. Squeezing it all in with the ace jack. A lot of money in the middle. 8.9 million is this pot. Just call it 9 million, dude. And it's been a slow play with the nuts. Slow play with the nuts. Oh, okay. It was the pigeon fold. I thought it was the pigeon call with kings. Oh, man. So sick. Okay. Ace queen. First impression is 3-bet call against Diego, but they fold, so we just open and call. Call a jam. 4-bet against a 3-bet, probably. Ooh. Thank you guys for the hype chain, level 1. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support. 29 subs today. Very kind of all of you. To get the stream going at a slightly higher frequency and stuff. Hope to have some of you back to the sub team when you feel obliged. Or don't. Either way, it doesn't matter. Thanks for being here. Man, I'd love to win $30,000, man. It'd just be so nice, you know? It really would, Chad. We've got 4,500 plus 1,500, 6,000. It's nice. It doesn't have a 30K ring to it, but it's nice. It's just 24,000 more dollars. You know, like just a moderate new car available to win here. $9.6 million. Raise 3-bet. Such a good spot for Diego to put pressure on Gustavo. Third place, 30 blinds. Like, Diego can 3-bet folds. Wide range opening on the button. It's just a slam dunk 3-bet spot for Diego. It's such a good spot. Marco playing a pot here. Don't sleep on this $1,800 bounty. It's a lot of money, man. It's a chunk of change. It's just a big old bounty, dude. Chilling, 250-500. We have 17 blinds. And we have a 22 blind player, a 12 blind player, and then 2 over 40. Hold the 5s as well. Pairs go down in value in these sort of situations. Can you check if any of the art you have previously bought has gone up in price? Have you purchased any that have increased in value? I'd have to list the individual piece. So I can look at the artists that I bought and see if their work is selling and the purchase price is increasing. But I can't... it's not like NFTs where there's like a market price and there's like a listing price all the time. Like they're hanging on my wall and off market. So I don't buy the art to try and have it appreciate as an investment. I just buy it because I like it. But I think some of it would have appreciated and then some of it would really struggle to be rebought, and that there's not a large market for some of these artists, you know? Like one or two of the artists I've bought from are really in demand, and then some of them are known by no one. And so there wouldn't be a market for it, basically. But I like them anyways. You know, I like the work anyways. It doesn't matter. Small raise, I think here is good. I think we need to play this pot, and I just don't think there's much limping. So I think it's a raise fold situation with 6-8 here. And against a call, we can maneuver, right? Yo, Superstar Fleck with a 25-month resub. Welcome back to the team. Thank you so much, man. Nice. Take it. Take it down, Jamie. Just busted the mini main, 26 of 1450. Oh, that's such a huge tourney as well. It burns. I feel you, Ben. Hang in there. That's painful. But good run. Good effort. Queen 10 suited's too good, you know? It's like we tighten up our opening range in the spot because we can get wrecked, but like not to where we're folding suited broadways. And folds. Pays the rent. Some of it, for sure. Van, cheers, man. I'm glad you liked the show. Thanks for checking it out, man. Appreciate it. Bulls overall, for sure. You know what I like, man? We have these new bowls that are like kind of more flat in the middle of the bowl, but then with the bowl lip. It's nice, man. Very nice. And that you have room to cut and the surface is flat. And you have the bowl rim, and that if you're having like some rice or something like that, you can scoop very easily. So I kind of like a wide, short brim bowl. Believe in it. Queen 9 suited, nice hand, right? We've been folding a lot of the big blind. This hand is quite good. We've been folding a lot of the big blind. Even with the bounty, we can't do it here. Kings against sevens. I don't know if we want the ladder. It's a 2K ladder, so I think we want the 7 here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I think we want that 2K ladder, though. Damn, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wanted the bounty, too, but that is... Oh. Only with ace 10 against this open. For 14 blinds. Good luck. Take it down, okay. 8.8, chat. Next pay jump is up to 10,000. That's a big pay jump. It's getting serious now. That seems to be a really big pay jump. Like proportionally, right? Like we've got 6,700. There's only 4 left. It's 6,700 to 10,200 to 15K, and then 15K at the top. It seems like a big jump here from 4th to 3rd. We're in 4th. I'll push 5-5 pre. I think losing play under ICM. Yeah. Come on, man. We have a challenge in our Discord to get banned. in this channel for insulting you in the chat. Can you appreciate me honest and reward ban me for insulting you? I think you and your friend should consider being better, you know? Like, it's a funny joke maybe to the 4 or 5 of you, but like, it negatively affects me and the other people in here, and I think you should just be more considerate, you know? Like, it's just immature. It reminds me of being back in grade 10. So just be nice and more reasonable and grow up a little bit, you know? And if you don't want to grow up, at least don't make life worse for other people. You guys have better than that. I don't know any of you, but like you can be funnier and you can just be better than that as people. You can. We're going to go on with the jacks here. Good luck. I think we're going to get 4th here, chat. Oh, let's go. That's insane. It's insane, dude. That's an insane, insane card on the turn. There is 2 times in this tournament we've sucked out with underpairs, and I'm keeping track, okay? Are we lucky? Yeah, dude. We are. Yeah. Now, it's a little bit weird. Queen 6 suited is pretty nice. There's a bounty in play. The thing is, the door is open if they jam. And we're in 3rd. I don't know what to do with this hand. I'm going to fold, I guess. We don't know if Gustavo's going to be in there. If we know Gustavo's like going to flat 100% of the time, then we flat. We call. If we then know they're going to jam and the door's open, they're going to rejam. I still don't know with Queen 6 suited there. What would be your maximum if you really loved a piece of art? What would you pay? Depends on how much I love it, you know? Like, I think love is a really relative, flexible term as to how much you can love something. The most I've paid is about 5K. It's about the most I've paid for one individual piece of art. With currency exchange, taxes, shipping, framing, all of it, that's the most expensive. Most of the art I try and buy is like in the 1K to 1,500 range per piece. We're 3-handed here. $10,253, 5K pay jump, and then for the bounties at the end. Now, I think the thing is, let's say these 2 get heads up, right? It's going to be double this, plus what you've earned in bounties, plus the prize pool. So these 2 heads up would be 10K plus 15K in the prize pool for 25, plus what they've already earned, which they've already earned. Nicholas has already earned 5K. Yeah, so it is 30K for these 2. It'll be a little less for us because it's an 841 bounty. So I think it's going to be like a max of around 27K for us, depending on how it goes. Let's make it count, man. 3-handed. Check raise on the flop, turns a 6 of spades. This is interesting. Two pair takes it down for Nicholas. And the other opponent had Queen 9. Okay. So 11,500, 11,800-ish right now. I haven't even sucked out yet. Damn. Thank you, Axiom Fox. I hope so. Thanks for being here. A7 suited. I think I'm going to raise, call a 3-bet here. I was thinking about whether we want to limp re-raise. If we want to raise, call a 3-bet, or limp call. All options, right? But we raise, get a call. 10-8-6. Start with the check call here. King on the turn. Check call or check raise is the question here. And what are our bluffs on the river? I think this hand. When you think about what sort of hands raise pre-flop, check flop, check turn, we need to bluff on the river some, and we don't have that many hands to bluff here. In that probably we've bluffed a queen by now, right? Probably queen high is bet, probably jack high is bet. So it's a spot where it's going to be really easy to underbluff. Nicholas has ace-8. Good hands. Think they played their hand well. Want to check back second pair. Sometimes they can bet this hand, but check back is fine sometimes. King of the turn, mostly want to check, and then they have a good bluff catch on the river. But the thing is, like, what bluffs do we have, you know? We've probably put in a bet with 9x, with 7x. With queen x and jack x, we've most likely put in action earlier on in this hand. So, like, what's left is junky aces. And you can just show down with a7 as well, but you're just not going to win often. We're going to find a bluff from Nicholas with a worse hand, and or they're going to have showdown value that's better. So I think it's okay to bluff our hand, but we run into a better hand. Fresh One TV dropping the sub with the prime. Gets a love in the chat for Fresh One TV. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it. 4-bet bluffed as well. Dropping the 18-month resub. Welcome back to the team. Thanks so much. Thanks, guys. 3x raise. Not really any ICM here, so I think this is a call in position. Getting a pretty good price. Good enough hand. Flop is good. Flop is not difficult. I'm worried a little bit in that river is difficult, you know? Turn can be difficult depending on sizings, but it goes check, check on the flop. Good. Happy with that. Turns a 4. We want to keep this pot small. We have kings and 4s with an ace kicker. Can Diego check an ace on the flop? Yeah, but like not often, you know? Diego can have some better kings, but those are chops at this point. I think we only have one street of value, so I would check again, I'd say. If we have any value. You know, we need to bet and get called by like 10s or something, right? Like, it's pretty hard to get value here. But then what's the likelihood of a triple check raise bluff? Call the river, I think, when we get to this point. I'm a little worried about an ace, but I think we need to call the river. Interesting. Okay. It's unfortunate. Trip 4s. I don't think we can fold the river, man. It's an unlikely bluff spot, but the thing is, they can definitely target queen high. Yeah. I think checking the river, we got to call. We are very much the shortest stack, but we're down to 3. Big tournament. It's okay. We can still win. We need every chip. It's just going to be a longer road to get there. Big. Dropping the sub to Prime. Gets a love in the chat for Big. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. 320 to win 10K. Great day. True. We don't have much in buy-ins today either. We have 1168 in buy-ins. And we have about 10,900 in cashes at the moment. So that's good. That's a good return. Jacks versus Queens, not a suck out. That's definitely a suck out, man. That would be the definition of a suck out, I'd say. It's a cooler as well. Like, you reverse hands and the money will go in too. But it's a suck out, yeah. Chippy V, I think we call. I'm just wondering. I think we fold, probably. I think it's very close to a neutral call, right? But against an any two shove range, we're calling with king six. And against even a little bit less than that, we're calling. But there's a non-zero chance we get this ladder as well. So for such a thin edge, probably fold is fine. But I could be wrong too. Like, my confidence in that is not high. That's the right decision. Seems close. Like, I'm definitely calling king eight. What's up, Ekfeco? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm trying here, dude. I am trying to take it down. We don't have all the chips, but I'm doing my best. I'm trying on 6 million. Thank you, Joshua Zillick. I hope so, man. I hope we got it. Deuce nine's a folds. And I think king six would have been a call this time with the one less blind, by the way. But, ooh. Do we have fold equity against a raise here from Diego? I think it's an all-in against a min-raise just because of how wide this opening range is. Against a jam, probably not a call, especially with the player behind. In the big blind, we'd call. Do it, Nicholas. Oh, it would be so nice to get a call there, right? Like, have a sweat for the 5K pay jump. Here we go. If Diego jams, it's just the saddest. It's just so sick. If Diego goes all in, it's so sick. Okay, nice. Good luck, chat. And we're doing well for 10 million. Oof. Is our time up? Yeah. GG. GG. 11,785.99. It's a chunk, man. It's a chunk of change. It's good money. We will take it. It's an art score. We're going to be buying some art. Very profitable day. Good luck to Diego and Nicholas Estet. Great players, both of them. We cannot be upset at that, man. That's a chunk of money. That's a nice Monday, dude. That's a nice Monday.